Hello, Clarkson, and welcome to this week's edition of Footnotes. We're starting something new this week, a new program called My Librarian. And to kick it off, I'm here today with our Youth Services and Teen Librarian, Tracy Bedford. Welcome, Tracy.
Hi, Christina.
So we wanted to take some time to get to know you a little bit so that when our patrons come into the library, they have an idea of a little bit about you and won't be afraid to ask you some questions.
Okay.
So Tracy, tell us what got you into being a youth and teen librarian. What's your passion that brought you to this?
I'm passionate about reading. I was a stay-at-home mom until my youngest daughter, who's now 17, was 3. And I walked into the library one day just to check out some books, and they were accepting applications for clerks. And I applied. That was in 2000. Wow. And I have been working in libraries ever since. So, I started out as a clerk. I've been a page. I've put books away. I've been an assistant, and I've been a librarian since about 2013. And I've been at this position for about 2 years now.
Very exciting. So, but why children's? What was your draw to the children's department?
I love kids. Like I said, I stayed home with my kids, and I absolutely adored reading to them and watching them learn, and just watching their language acquisition and seeing them grow. And I am passionate about languages too. So that is part of the reason I was drawn to kids. And they're so much fun, and there's so much great stuff about children's librarianship. It's not just collection development. It's not just hiring a performer for a show, which we do that, but it's also, making our own original programming and actually working with children from 0 to 18. So, and that's super rewarding because kids are so grateful. Even your grumpy teenagers can be grateful for something that you've, shown them or given them, and they're just great to work with.
Oh, very exciting. So we all remember when we were kids and coming to the library maybe for the first time. Do you have a memory of visiting the library when you were a kid?
I do. I loved going to the library because I loved the books. I have to admit that I was a little bit afraid of the librarians. I think it was a different breed of librarian back then, though. It was the stereotypical librarian, which we don't really do anymore, and we actually discourage the stereotype. So
that is right. That's
my memory, and I think I work to dispel that notion from people's heads now.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. Now, we all also have a favorite book, something that we remember maybe as a child growing up, or something that kind of really transformed our lives. Do you have a book that you remember that really did that for you?
I do. This is an adult book, but I was about 12 years old, and we were visiting my sister who lived in Alabama, and I snuck into her bedroom, and she had a book on her bedside table, and I opened it up, and it was a copy of Gone with the Wind. And I've never seen another copy like it. It was written in columns, and I thought it was the coolest thing, and I was so afraid that my mother would catch me reading it. And there's nothing racy in Gone with the Wind, no. But I remember sitting there sneaking and reading it the whole vacation. And I think that's pretty much when I began to love books. And I loved them before then, but that was when the passion hit me. And I do have a favorite children's book too. It's Wonder by R.J. Palacio.
Oh, excellent book.
It's realistic fiction for probably a 4th, 5th grade level, but really it's for anybody. I gave it to everybody for Christmas in my family a couple years ago. It's about a little boy who has a facial deformity and was homeschooled up until he was in 7th grade. And then for some crazy reason, his parents decided to put him into a regular school, which is insane because that's a hard age. So, but it's a great story because you learn about how compassionate people that age can be. And you don't really look at them and think of them that way. But they're humans. Their hormones are out of control. So you can get down deep to the humanity, and that's what that book does.
Oh, very cool. Well, I can't wait to read that one. I don't think I've checked that one out yet. Now, here at the library, you have brought a lot of great new programs here for the Clarkston Library. Is there something you'd like to talk about or share about with us today?
Sure. We have all of our story times, which we've been doing since before I got here, but we have really cool story times. I think that we do a little bit extra. We do a sensory aspect to our story times and a craft. So a lot of places around here aren't doing that yet. I think they're kind of starting to, but we're leading the way. So we do story times Monday through Thursday for different ages. We also do a couple of really cool. They're not story times. We kind of call them story times because they happen at a certain time every month. But like today we have Little Explorers, which is a sensory story time. So really all it is a bunch of different sensory experiences for people from age 0 to 5. And we have something for everyone. There's shaving cream and coffee grounds and Floam, which I don't know how to define Floam. It's sort of like a Play-Doh, but it's a little bit different. We try to find something different every time for that one. We also do something called Music and Movement, which is really popular in the library circle right now. It's basically kind of like a musical story time where you're playing songs and moving around and doing yoga, and it's like a workout for kids, but not too strenuous. And we also have just started a Lego program, which we'll be doing our second one this month, and it's super popular. We have 20 spots. Those spots filled up right away, and we ended up having a waiting list of 13, so we added a second program during that same day. And I think we'll probably keep doing that if the program keeps its popularity.
That's so awesome. And then, I also heard you guys started a new Minecraft Junior.
Oh, yeah.
So that must be a big thing right now.
We started off with Minecraft. We called it Minecraft Mondays, and it was just for 6th through 12th graders because my colleague Erin and I don't know anything about Minecraft. So we figured the older kids would be able to explain to us how to do it and what to do. And they basically did. They basically kind of, our IT guy, Bill, set up the whole thing, and his assistant, Connor, is a great help. And those older kids kind of ran the program themselves. And I thought, well, a lot of younger kids were coming to the desk and asking if they could participate too. And I feel horrible telling people no. So I thought, I can do this. It's simple. And I can also get the older kids to help, which is what happened. And we had our first one last month. We had 5 kids. I think they were mostly in 1st grade. And a couple of them were Minecraft experts, like they knew everything, but some were beginners. And so it was actually really fun to watch the kids who were in 1st grade help each other learn the Minecraft stuff. And there was also one of the 6th graders that's a frequent flyer at our library that was amazing help. And our IT assistant, Connor, too, is a great person. He's got some good teaching chops, and he works really well with the kids, and he knows his Minecraft because...
Very important.
Yes, we need somebody who does.
Well, very cool. It sounds like you have a lot of great programs going on here at the library, and hopefully you guys got to learn a little bit about Tracy. So next time you come in and visit us and you see Tracy out on the floor, stop by, say hello, maybe ask her what she's reading, and get to know us a little bit. For information about some great events that Tracy here has mentioned and other things that we have going on at the library, visit our website at www.indelib.org.